Good morning, and it's day 35. And these clamps look like they've got a mind of their own this morning. But anyway, good morning. What we're going to be doing today is the back wall. I think I'm going to be able to do this in one piece. Myself and my wife were sizing things up, and this is roughly 22 inches there and there. And it's 75.5 inches high. So we're gonna cut a couple pieces, go there and there, fill in the gap here. I probably told you all this in the other video, and fill in the last piece right down there. Got a couple of stops, I guess you might want to call them there. Piece along the bottom and a piece right there. And I've got my ACM laid out here, ready for marking. I've got the ACM marked right here. Got her all clamped up. Got the cardboard down to collect whatever bits I can. Now I'm going to start cutting. I've got the right panel installed. I've got to trim out for the soffit and knee wall right there. And it looks pretty good. Got a little bit of an overlap on the inside here, which I think I'm okay with, because I got the opening a little bit wider. So I'll leave that as is. Now I'll go out and cut the other piece for the other side. You know what the most tedious part I think is of installing these panels? Is actually removing the red protective stripe off all this VHB tape. What a pain. I'm there at the end of a utility knife trying to pick it, and then it doesn't work anyway. Just real pain. So now I'm going to be actually sticking on the panels. We got the piece of ACM on the back pretty much stuck in there pretty good. However, had a little bit of an issue with this particular piece right here. While my wife was lining it up along the outside right here, I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have to this up here, and it stuck. So we weren't able to move it over. What that meant, it's a little proud, about 1/4 of an inch. Tried to remove it, but it just touched and it stuck on. So I'm going to have to trim that at a later date. I learned from that, so that when we were installing this piece, I actually got this little piece of wood put in behind the ACM and just stuck it very gently on the tape that's there, so that when my wife was lining up the bottom corner down there, it wouldn't touch up top. So when we slowly worked our way up, I just bent this and pulled it off the tape, and it fit in place. So this is pretty good. This one I've got to adjust. We popped the door in and it all fit. And I played around with this here. This is the trim that we're going to use to connect the few pieces that we have to connect. I'm going to have to cut a piece 30 inches by 6 inches. It will come down to here, and then I'll trim it like that to go inside the door. And down here it's 30 by 1 5/8 inches. But I'm going to wait until I get some more scrap pieces before I do that. I have a really nice piece out there now. It's 4 feet by, like 30 inches or something. But I don't want to use that. So that's done. It's curing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to refurb these windows, I guess. A lot of the screws in them, well, this one here is missing the latch. The person that we bought them sort of sight unseen, and they were nice enough not to tell us that it was missing a latch. So we purchased one online. So I'm going to install that on here, as well as some of the screws are rusty, like those there, and some other on the inside. I'm going to replace all those with some stainless steel screws. Those screws in this may be seized, probably are, so it's going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of persistence, and yeah. Okay, so I'll get at this now and show you what it looks like when I'm done. Good morning. It's day 35, and yes, I'm wearing a hat. It's actually a little cool this morning. I think it's like 5.5 degrees. Not what I'm used to. It's supposed to go up to 20 later today, but now it's 5. Plans today include trimming up this piece right here on the ACM, cutting out the windows, removing that, and possibly starting the front curve here. Myself and my wife, we have to a little bit of discussion on how far it's going to come down and what we're going to do, because we were hoping to use let's see if I got them handy. We're hoping to use these here, these PVC H trims to go, say, in between the panels. Oops. However, before we got any, we contacted the manufacturer, and they said that they're not UV resistant. So what'll happen, what that means is that it'll end up getting brittle and cracking. So that's no good. So we're working on a plan B now for where the ACM touches ACM. We got an idea. Gonna check it out. Not gonna tell you what it is yet until we try it. As you know, we're using VHB tape for sticking the panels on. This is the original VHB tape that we got. We purchased, I think it was like 3 rolls. And this is like 3/4 of the last roll. We went and ordered more from the same company, and this is what we got. The full, it's supposed to be 50 feet. So as you can see, this is 3/4 of a roll. This is a full roll. Little concerned, we're going to go back to the company. In the meantime, I'm going to do a strength test on this, very similar to the one I did before, to see what it can take, because I'm a little concerned with this stuff, because the black adhesive foamy stuff is significantly thinner on this stuff than here. So I'm just going to set up another test, and we'll go from there. I'm trying to reenact the initial testing that I'd done with the first VHB tape. I'm going to use the same process, and I have a little over 1 inch, about the same amount as I did the last time. Just trying to peel that red piece off. There we go. And I'm actually using the same piece of material as I did, because that's what pulled off the last time. So I'll put that on there. And I'm going to put a clamp on that and leave it for a while. And then hang it up on my scale like I did the last time. We'll see how this skinny stuff works. Now, I suppose there's a couple different ways I can cut these out. What I'm doing is that I'm going to be using a drill, and I'm going to just drill from the inside out at each one of these rounded corner pieces. You remember when I put those in earlier. And then I'm going to go outside, mark it, and then cut it with the jigsaw from the outside. I suppose I could cut it from the inside and keep tucked right in, but I'd rather do it from the outside with the jigsaw, because it'll have a, you know, the flat plate will be flat against this, so I'll get a little bit of a better cut. And I should be able to use my shop vac to suck up any bits. But yeah, so let's drill the first hole. Okay. Now let's go from here. Got the holes drilled in each one of the corners. Got lines connecting them. And I've got it taped off with a piece of cardboard on the inside that you might be able to see right there, so that very few of the shards will go into the cabin, make it easier to clean. And it's time to start cutting. I've got it cut, and what I had to do is put some tape around on the aluminum when I was cutting, because it was a little wobbly. Okay, so I'm just going to clean that up now because there's some dust in there. Clean that up and then just test the windows, make sure it fits. I think I'm going to have to cut the corners here, down here, but that's fine. I'll just freehand those. I've got the first window cut out, cleaned up, trimmed up back with the tuck tape. My initial thought of drilling those holes, it gave me some guidance, but I still had to go back afterwards. This bottom edge here was proud. I had to cut this flush, and this edge here flush, and the top was flush as well. So I had to go back and trim all this so the window would fit in, which is fine. I'd rather go back and trim a little bit more than have to try it and make it too big. So this is all done, ready. I've got it all, like I said, all taped up with tuck tape again. All cleaned up from the little bits of dust on the floor. So now I'm going to go and do that one. Midday snack. My wife brought me in some berries. Those there, the ones closest to the screen, are tay berries, golden raspberries, and regular raspberries. And just to show you our garden, this is what we've got going. Raspberries are there. Everything else is over here. My wife knows exactly what's here. I'm just the heavy labor to do anything heavy. But yeah, that's that. So I'm going to eat these now. Then go get my baseball cap. Oh yeah, that's a nice picture right there. And then I'm going to get my baseball cap, because as you can see, the sun is out now, starting to get a bit warm. And this toque I have on is a little warm. Okay, so I'm going to eat these and get back to cut out the second window. Got this one cut out a lot quicker than the other one, because all the, I won't say mistakes, but all the learning that I learned on that window over there, I applied right to this, and it popped right in there. Well, with that new tape, we also got the new latch for the window, and I figured out that I've looked for these screws everywhere, 1/4 by 6, more specifically in stainless. Can't find them anywhere. So what I'm going to be doing is taking these stainless and cutting them off with a my goodness, my brain is froze. Cutting them off with a pair of bolt cutters to make them the short length, and then putting them in there and cleaning all the rust and stuff up. I don't know if you noticed on this particular screw, I actually had to use my Dremel, because all the Phillips heads, they're not coming off. So I had to cut a slot in this using my Dremel, so I could use a hefty straight screwdriver to back out the screws. So it's going to be a bit of work, but at least we'll clean up all the screws and make it look rather nice, except there's a few scratches and stuff on this, so we may repaint it. Not 100% sure yet, but yeah, one step at a time. The other latch we had for the window, this piece here that my thumb is touching, was a lot shorter. It was like, oh, maybe 1/2 inch shorter. But this is the window with the working arm. Let me see if I can show you. So you might be able to see it there, but it's the same length. Once that goes in there, two of them are the same length, which is perfect. So I will install that now. I'm not sure how the video will look, because I did tip the camera upside down. But that'll go in there. Screw in where my finger is tapping. And yeah, everything else will. There's a couple of brackets here. They go on there. I'm just going to match them up to the same ones that are over there, and I'll have another working window. It actually went in quite easy. These two pieces just screwed right onto the existing holes in the frame. So did those there. Those are stainless steel screws I put in. And it opens and it will latch like that. So we have 2 working windows now. So that's it for day 36. Got that window, let's say, re-screwed and the new latch put on. Got to put new screws in this one. Got my 2 windows cut out, both sides, and retaped. And I'm testing the new tape. Now apparently my wife was chatting with Amazon, and what apparently happens is that the first bit of tape that we had came from one manufacturer and the second came from someone else. Apparently the first manufacturer, or seller, I'm sorry, had ran out, so Amazon substituted with the other tape. Now just to show you, this is a full roll of the new tape that we got, and this is a half roll, actually a little bit, probably 3/4 roll of the other tape. This tape is actually twice as thick. So actually they're hoping that this tape, they're pretty sure that the bigger tape will be coming to us, because we did order 3 more. So this one is, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to let this set up for 24 hours, then do the hanging water bottle test. So I got that done. That's it, day 35. It's a few key pieces done. So maybe tomorrow I'll do the other window and maybe take a look at the front up here with respect to putting on the first piece of aluminum on the front. Well, maybe not even attach it because we need the right tape. Maybe just get the piece bent, but we'll see. Anyway folks, that's it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.